Executive Group for Sweden, the BRICS, and our co-sponsors, the China-Sweden Business Council. I would like to welcome every one of you to this wonderful event. We have the excellencies and very high-level representation from many nations, from 4 continents, actually in this wonderful morning in Stockholm. We have this, you have the program as there. We hope everybody will stay for the whole event. We have just a small change in the program. His Excellency, the Ambassador from Kenya, has called and apologized for some urgent work he has to attend to, but he sends his best greetings and wish for success for the seminar. Without much ado, I would like to present Mr. Ulf Sandmark, the chairman of the BRICS group, to make the opening speech.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to open this second Belt and Road Forum in Stockholm on behalf of BRICS, the CSBC, and our partners. We are here from many nations. We will report from the very successful second Belt and Road Forum in Beijing with 150 nations participating. We can sense the optimism radiating from all these nations for a new era in the world and bring that to Sweden. This is what the BRICS intends to achieve with this forum, and ultimately we want to bring Sweden into the BRI. It is urgently needed. It is Sweden's greatest chance to avoid a rapid collapse. In Sweden, BRI, the Belt and Road Initiative, is misunderstood as just some kind of railway or trade route project. Lately, this misunderstanding has been transformed to mean some kind of sinister military logistics system. This is because Swedes generally has not understood the word belt in the Belt and Road. The belt signifies something radically different. It means a development corridor in the same meaning as a river culture along a river, the foundation for the most ancient civilizations of the world. The railroad-centered corridors, the belts, are the modern river cultures meant to foster civilizational development much more efficiently than the old Silk Roads. The potential for civilizational development can be sensed when we consider the remarkable effects of the very limited transport capacities of the old Silk Road, creating a whole chain of legendary cities of trade, production, skills, and wisdom. The BRI means going back to fundamentals, like respect to sovereignty, exchange of ideas and science, development of productive powers with the help of new technology, raising productivity with the help of new infrastructure platforms, city building, raising educational levels, raising living standards. It means cooperations on higher principles. This is exactly what is needed to solve the Swedish paradox. This is the case of a nation with such high living standard, such high technology standard, and a level of science able to have a Nobel Prize. At the same time, Sweden surprises with its nihilistic culture, deconstructivistic administration policies, breakdown of infrastructure, burning forests, huge banking sector, promotion of zero growth policies, support for regime change wars in Libya, Syria, Yemen, and aggressive sanctions against even more nations. This does not fit together. Still, it is the same country. The Swedish paradox can only be settled with an understanding of the historical forces behind the Swedish industrialization and welfare state. Forces coming out of a strong humanist and engineering entrepreneurial tradition, in cooperation with labor movement of real workers dedicated to eradicate poverty and lack of education, not only for themselves, but for all the people. The development of the Swedish welfare state was achieved with values radically different from today's anti-science, anti-technology, and anti-growth, which media is promoting as popular ideologies. The industrial tradition continues and holds up production, export, and income more or less like a subculture in the countryside or in the export industry. Actually, the Swedish big industries and the whole class of its leading cadre lives in a kind of parallel exile life without much support or attention from the Swedish government institutions. Sweden needs, therefore, the BRI to bring the nation together and back to the fundamental aims of national development and protection of the welfare of the people. The BRI would, of course, raise the necessary focus in Sweden for the replacement of the worn-out infrastructure, but even more to a culture of creativity and technological development, together with the greatest civilizations. We hope today's forum will elaborate much more how the BRI is good for the world and how BRI is good for Sweden. Thank you. Now I would like to ask His Excellency Yu Konyu, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Kingdom of Sweden, to come to the podium and give us the keynote address.